I think there's a lot of people become men who never have kids. So the way you talked about kind of birth and death
Hmm.
are tremendous points of inspiration to kind of
Yes,
grow up and start behaving in a way that makes you a man. But I think a lot of people have kids and never become men.
that's true.
And a lot of people, who have parents live well into their 50s or 60s never become a man. But what you say resonates in the sense that I think of kind of the two. I would say what motivated me to be a better man
Hmm.
and or get to manhood. And they both involve women, and one's
Hmm.
more
Yes.
virtuous than the other. And that is when my mom, I was kind of sleepwalking through life, didn't get my act together until I was about 25, 26. And my mom got really sick. And I didn't have the money. She called me from graduates. I was in graduate school. She'd had her second mastectomy and got discharged early from the hospital, because hospitals are expensive. And she was at home and she called me and said, "You need to come home. I'm really in a bad way." My mom was not dramatic. So I got on a flight back from Berkeley and I walked into a situation, Lewis, that I just didn't know how to deal with it. And there's just certain things a son can't do for his mother. And I remember thinking, I need to get her a nurse. And I called, the nurses were $35 an hour and I had about $700 in my name. And just the shame, it's like, okay, I'm the man, I'm the only son, the only child of a single immigrant mother, taking care of me my whole life. She's really vulnerable right now, and I can't live up to my expectations.
Yeah, that's tough.
That was really upsetting. And at that moment, I decided, look, you can't decide to be economically secure, but you can decide to kind of go all in.
Hmm.
And that's when I really got my act together and said, okay, you can't control the market trumps individual dynamics. And there's some exceptionally talented people that work really hard their whole life and take risks and never get there.
Hmm.
So you can't control that, but the things you can't control, I decided I was going to work really hard. That was very motivating for me. And then the other thing is less virtuous. I noticed early that guys who had their shit together professionally and
They
economically
attracted more women.
seem to be attracting a broader selection set of mates.
Yeah.
And I even saw it through UCLA. The freshmen were interested in guys that were funny and cool and dressed well. And by the time they were seniors, they were very interested in that guy going to medical school.
Hmm.